In this video, I'm going to feature this little fella right here. Now it's pretty obvious, I've already written in the title exactly what this is, so I'll jump right into it. This is the purple logo, as we call it, the Yamaha 21, because it's got this purple logo writing just on there and on the neck itself. And this was made in the 1970s. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I just feel it in my bones that Yamaha made their best run of saxophones in the 70s and 80s with these purple logo stamped instruments. Now moving on from my sentimental garbage and time to talk about reality. This alto saxophone, how is it? Well, I've just fixed this one up particularly, and yet again, because of my nature, I forgot that I had this one, and that's not really something I should be proud of. Well, maybe proud of lots of saxophones and loving it, I love that part, but not so proud about forgetting that I had this one. I bought this a while ago, stuck it in a corner, totally forgot about it, was doing some housework and went, ooh, what's this? And then, oh, hello, that's what you are. And here we are today. And of course, when I looked at it properly, I realized, it was in that corner because it needs a lot of work. And that's exactly what I did to it. I stripped it down, did my usual routine, checked out all the pads, checked the mechanics, the typical stuff you do when you're servicing a saxophone. And then this thing was reassembled, and here it is today, looking like this. And in general, it's just a typically used Yamaha saxophone, which has probably been stuck in a cupboard in a school for many years. But the wear on the lacquer, things like that, and you know, the little marks on the bell and all that sort of stuff, it's just cosmetic stuff. It doesn't affect the playing whatever. And of course, there's a lot of people out there who like their instrument to look brand new and shiny and clean and stuff like that. But me, I don't care. Now, one of my favourite sounds on a saxophone is when you run your fingers up and down and you get that resonance of the bell ringing itself. Here we go, have a listen. That sounds good. That sounds really nice. Anyway, let's have a look closer at this. There's some features like the J-shaped key guard. Now, there's no high F sharp key, and of course, that's my personal preference, but you might like a high F sharp, so if you want high F sharp, you're going to have to do an auxiliary front high F sharp. Look up the fingering. If you know it already, well done. Now, the more modern versions of these are things like the 275 and the 280 by Yamaha, and they still maintain that same body-to-bell brace. Why change it if it's not broken? Does the job great. The left-hand pinky cluster here is very nice under the fingers. Now, the G-sharp mechanism is something slightly different. Where my finger is here is the back of the G-sharp key. Now, watch this when I press it. You see that there? That's a slightly different system because on more modern versions of Yamahas, you've got your G-sharp mechanism, which is at the front from here, and a little rod that comes out there to activate up and down your G-sharp key. These palm keys feel very nice. It's a thing in Yamaha I like a lot. They have such a good feel and layout in general. Check out the button there. It's pretty big actually. Now next to that button, of course, is my little friend, the octave key. And you know what it does. It just does not know when to stop. And it likes to wiggle, just like this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Go on, mister. You are doing a fancy job there. Now the neck also has the purple logo on there, which matches that one on the bell, same sort of colour. Now these have reached saxophone cult status in their playability and how people view them. And for good reason, because in general, saxophones made by Yamaha in that era were very good, even from these introduction level saxophones. They're still very good. To be fair, I've used instruments like this in professional settings and they did a fantastic job. So yeah, forget about the labels of beginner, intermediate and all that sort of stuff. At the end of the day, if a saxophone plays really good, well, I forget about the label. I don't care about it anymore. Okay, so let's move to the most important thing. How does it play? Well, my mouthpiece is ready. I'm ready. Let's make a noise. And for the record, this is my vintage Miami Dukoff D8. And I like this one a lot. Nice power, nice sweetness, and it can be a monster when you push it. Anyway, let's make a noise on this. and I'll speak to you lot after I've made a noise on this. So there you go, people. What do you think? This Yamaha 21. Well, can you do me a favor? If you've got any comments, just write them in the section below, because I want to have more interaction with you lot out there. So that means you got to write some comments so we can have a back and forth. Let's have a good chat. So just do that for me, you lovely people, and the horrible ones as well. Just leave your comments right down there and let's have a good chat back and forth. So my thoughts on this little fella. Well, I'm going to say it right out. This thing is punching way above its price tag. These things go, I don't know, $500, $600, $700 or thereabouts. Maybe even cheaper if you got one in worse condition. It's such an easy instrument to play. Physically, under the fingers here, it feels really great. The feel of this instrument physically under my paws, it's just so nice. It's so smooth. I've got to do my little closing of the keys again. Here we go. That is just such a beautiful sound. So the physical side for me is absolutely no problem. It feels very comfortable, very familiar. Although if you're requiring that F sharp, I wouldn't know why you require it. You can just learn front auxiliary F sharp. 1, 2, that. Now when it comes to the sound and the playability, yeah, to me it shines. It shines really well. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm using my Dukoff and it feels so sweet with this alto. Has a sweet undertone, but also has that nice bite to it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's also a Dukoff. They're known for being punchy and powerful, but these can also be very sweet, and that sweetness was transferring into this alto. So the tone of this, yeah, it's just so nice. The only thing you really have to worry about on these instruments is if it's beaten up or not. But then that's just condition and, how do I say it, cosmetic stuff. And if it plays great, well, who cares about that stuff anyway? I know there's a lot of people do, but I don't. So for me, yeah, this is a thumbs up. This is a big wiggly thumbs up. And I like it a lot. It's something I would absolutely use on a pro gig without even thinking twice about it. It's very solid, the tuning's good, the intonation, everything about it is just ticking all the boxes for me. It does a really great job. And that's what I can say about this. Summing up, the Yamaha 21 purple logo, an absolute solid little monster. It sounds great, feels good, just a very comfortable, solid playing alto saxophone. And that's all you really need, isn't it? But that's just my thoughts, my views on this little fella. If you've got any more comments to add, like I said earlier, just stick them in the section below. And while you're down there, that sounds very wrong, click on the like button, click on subscribe. If you're new to my channel, just do that because that makes me smile. And I'll catch you lot in the next video. Have an absolutely average day. Bye bye. Dun 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 dun.